At some point in time, I'm pretty much willing to bet that someone told you to stand in front of a mirror and say the words. To look into that mirror, look into your eyes and say those words, that my body is worthy. I am a sexual being. I deserve pleasure. Something in you could hear them not landing. They were like hollow echoes through your body. There was nothing underneath it, no substance to catch them. Because you were speaking to your body in a language it just didn't recognize. You were giving it messages it had no way of feeling. And the easy assumption is that, well, I'm just not a sensual being. I'm just not a sexual person. But that couldn't be further from the truth by the very fact you're stood in front of that mirror. This has nothing to do with you. This has to do with the way the words are disconnected from the feeling. And that's the true trouble with affirmations. So in today's episode, we're going to reconnect those with the feeling in your body. Hi, it's Damien, and welcome back to Tantric Flame. Some years ago I worked with a young lady called Elena. Elena was in her mid-30s. She wanted to reconnect with her sensuality, to feel more sensual life. The noise of life had gotten in the way, like it does with most of us. And she did everything. She did all the reading, she did the journaling, the courses, and she did the affirmations. For 2 years, she did affirmations every single morning. And she would stand in front of that mirror. She would stand in front of the mirror and recite it. And yet, it was empty. And she became convinced there was actually something wrong with her, which is why she came to me. She said it herself. Every morning, she would stand in front of the mirror. She would say the words, and as she looked in her eyes, she could see the truth. And those words just fell past it. Because that truth was already there, in her. While her mouth was speaking the words, the truth was down inside her body. It wasn't missing. Because you can't talk your way into a feeling. You can't say the words and convince yourself you're feeling this. Because saying and feeling are two different languages. They use different words, they use different communication techniques. So Elena had the feeling within her. It would always been there. It was just disconnected. So those affirmations, they weren't failing to build someone. They were talking over something that was already there. That feeling in her didn't need summoning. It needed acknowledging, of hearing. So when we are moving towards sensual embodiment, we don't need to create affirmations that are better sentences. We don't need to use fancier words. Because none of that will produce a feeling. We need to tune in to what's already there. We need to reconnect to that sensuality that is already within our bodies and connect that to the affirmations. With the traditional way of doing affirmations, you keep saying the words. You keep repeating them in the hope that something touches a nerve, touches a sense within you. The somatic approach is, well, let's find that feeling first. Let's feel it in our body where it already exists. And stop trying to talk over it. Just quieten the noise around it so we can hear it properly. And then those affirmations, that attention, lets it grow naturally. Because your body knows it, your body feels it. All we have to do is stop talking over it. In Tantra, they have a wonderful concept called bhavana, and it literally means cultivation. But this isn't cultivation in forcing something to grow, to forcing a feeling that isn't already there. Because a true feeling doesn't come from declaring it. You feel your way into it first. You dwell in that felt quality. You become through feeling, not through saying, not through words. That's the thinking brain kicking in. That feeling is already there, inside you. And by cultivating it, we are remembering it. We are acknowledging it, and we are making that link. We are feeling our way back to something that was already waiting. We just needed to make the connection. So the order especially with Sensual, Embodiment, with affirmations, is backwards. We say the words in front of a mirror, hoping that they will drop on a feeling. If we say enough words, maybe we'll trigger something. But to give our time back in front of that mirror and make it really worthwhile, we start with the feeling. It's not that the words are a lie, they're just disconnected. And that's just the way people approach it, because the words are easy. So we lead with the feeling and let the words follow. So, if it's appropriate to do so, I'd like to give you a taster of this. So just settle down, relax. Take care your spine is straight. Just to let the energy move through your body easily. Take a nice gentle breath in. Hold it for a second and release it, letting go. Relaxing a little deeper. Closing your eyes if it's comfortable to do so. Just for a moment, notice your breathing. The gentle rise and fall of your chest. That happens all by itself. Notice the beating of your heart, the pulsing in your veins, the life energy moving through your body. Now just let your attention drift down even deeper into that body. And notice a feeling, a sensation, somewhere deep inside. It might be sensual, it might not. It might be sexual. It might just be intimate. Whatever feeling drifts to mind right now, just let it come, just as it wants. Just rest your attention there now. That's it. Now as your attention rests on that feeling, just notice if any words come to mind. Perhaps a sound, perhaps nothing, just the feeling. Each is perfect. Just let your body give you whatever it needs to give you. And anything that has drifted to mind, that word, that colour, that sound, and this feeling, the two are in the same place. That's your body's connection, both standing in the same place. And whatever came to mind or didn't, that's just a marker back to this feeling that already lives within you. So you can know that next time you stand in front of that mirror, all you have to do is take a deep breath and remember that marker, that feeling. Because the more attention you give that feeling, the stronger it grows. Good. Now when you're ready, just come back to the room, come back to my voice. Obviously that was a small example. A few quiet seconds, nothing more. On Sunday we're going to go deeper into this. But what you felt was a true sensation, a true feeling. And anything that rose to mind, any marker, any colour, any word, any sound, that's a very real affirmation. That's something that your cognitive mind recognizes and your body recognizes in the same place. So when you remind yourself of this feeling, you're cultivating it, you're letting it grow. And so when you stand in front of that mirror, you can truly feel it again. When you look in your eyes, you can feel it. Because anything you give attention to, anything you give the space to be, becomes stronger. You know, on this podcast, we remove the static, we develop, if you like, the baseline gateway to a deeper sensuality, using Tantric and Somatic techniques to develop your pleasure intimately with a partner or solo. But there is still a deeper pleasure. Beyond the static, there is more. This is why I created Flicker as a standalone audio that exposes you to a deeper sensuality in your body and really reconnects back to your sensual self. It doesn't teach you a single word to repeat. It reconnects you to that feeling being inside you, to that sensuality that already burns in your body. It's free. The link is in the show's notes, so just follow it, drop your email, and the audio will land. So this week, between now and Sunday, don't recite the affirmations, don't take the time and do that. Just feel the feeling first. Get used to feeling the feeling. And if you want to use an affirmation, let that word sit with it, just for a few seconds. So it becomes an anchor, but we'll go more into that on Sunday. Because all that is doing is confirming the truth of what you're already feeling. That word becomes a marker. It becomes your guide back to the feeling. But like I say, on Sunday we are going to go much deeper into this. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, where we can evolve your sensual embodiment. So I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.